Welcome, my dear, to this commerce class. Today's class promises to be very interesting because we'll be rounding up our module 2, that's grade 4 textbook, and we'll be looking at lesson 5, which is the last topic in that textbook. So I want you to be very excited because we'll be going through some of the things we did previously, and of course we'll be learning a lot today. So get your commerce textbook, get your mathematics notebook and your pen, and let's get started. Lesson 5, being the last lesson for grade 4 module 2, promises to be very interesting because at the end of the class today you'll be able to use addition and subtraction to solve multi-step word problems involving length, mass and capacity. I will also be going through some of the things we have done so as to help to master some of the concepts. In our fluency practice today, we will be able to read accurately, be able to interpret the things we have learned, and I know you're ready for that. Now let's look at some of the things we have here. The first one here says we need to complete or fill in the blanks. Remember how many centimeters make 1 meter? I hope you can remember. That's good. 100 centimeters will give us what? 1 meter. And 1,000 meters will give us 1 kilometer. Anytime you see kilo, remember 1,000, okay? So 1,000 meters will give us 1 kilometer. 1,000 milliliters will give us 1 liter. And 1,000 grams will also give us 1 kilogram. All right, milli has to do with thousands, okay? So always remember that. So having said that, 5 meters, 20 centimeters will give us what? I believe you have written the answers in your notebook. So let's see what we have and you compare it with what you have in your notebook. Okay, so what's the answer? I believe you got the answer, which is what? 520 meters. Because all I need to do is to change my 5 meters to centimeters to give me 500. Then I add to 20 and I have my answer. The next one is 8 meters, 80 centimeters to give us 880 centimeters. Very easy. Just convert the bigger units to smaller units and add the smaller units to it. And what's the answer to the next? Beautiful. I believe you got the answer. 704 centimeters. And what's the answer to the next? Remember, just remove the thousands. How many thousands do we have in 4,600? It's what? 4. Very good. We have 4. And then what is remaining is 600 grams. The next one is 9 grams and what? 9 kilograms and 30 grams. The next one, how many thousands do we have in 6,009? Yes, it's what? It's 6. Beautiful. And what will be left will be what? 9 grams. And the same way we did the previous ones, let's do the same thing here. Yes, I'll convert the 3 liters to milliliters. That's 3,000 milliliters plus 700. And I have my answer, 3,700. So I believe the other ones will be easy. Yes, 4,010 milliliters and 9,002 milliliters. You are truly intelligent. Great. Now let's look at the following questions here. We need to also fill in the blank spaces. 1 liter, 400 milliliters will give us how many milliliters? Of course, you're able to do it, I believe. So what's the answer? Great. It's what? 1,400 milliliters. All right. And what do we do in the next one? 1 liter, 40 milliliters. Of course, you know what to do. That's great. That's 1,040. That's beautiful. Okay. And the next, remember, it's just to convert the liters to milliliters and add the smaller unit, which is 4 in this case. So we have what? 1,004 milliliters. And the last one will give us what? 1,090 milliliters. That's great. Okay. We have this time around, we will be units counting, and we'll be counting in 80s, that is 80 centimeters. So let's look at the first thing we have here. We have to count. Anywhere you see the red, you count backward. So I have 80 centimeters. If I add 80 to 80, what will it give me? 160 centimeters. Then I have 240 centimeters, 320 centimeters, 400 centimeters, 320 centimeters. Of course, after 400, we're going back. So that is why the number is the numbers are reducing. So I have 320 centimeters, 240 centimeters, 160 and 80 centimeters. Then the next thing we will be doing will be converting the numbers that are in rounded figures of hundreds to meters. Okay, right now we have just one, the number in red. So can you guess what it will be? Write it down and compare it with what will be written here. Okay, so let's see. What do we have? 80 centimeters, 160 centimeters, 240. You can see that. So 400 centimeters is 4 meters. Did you get it? I believe you did. Can clap for yourself. That's good. All right, so we have 320 centimeters. Every other thing remained the same. Forward, and after 4 meters, we counted backward. Now it's time to convert all the numbers, the values that need to be converted to meters and centimeters. Can you point them out? What do you think? Do you think we can convert 80 to meters and centimeters? What do you think? 160? What do you think the answer will be? I want you to also write them down and compare with what we have. So let's see. Okay, centimeters remains 80 because it's not up to 100 centimeters. Okay, so it remains 80 centimeters. 160 centimeters becomes 1 meter, 60 centimeters. And 240 becomes what? 2 meters, 40 centimeters. 320, 3 meters, 20 centimeters. Then I have my 4 meters. 320 centimeters becomes 3 meters and 20 centimeters. Then I have 2 meters, 40 centimeters. Remember, this time we're counting backward. 160 centimeters, 1 meter, 6 centimeters, and we have our 80 centimeters. Bravo! I believe. A quick review of previous work done. The first question here says round 99,657 to the nearest thousand. I hope you can remember what to do. You draw your number line, put the lower limit, that's the lower number, and the upper one. The lower number in this case will be what? Okay, 99,000. That's good. And the upper number will be what? 100,000. And the midpoint will be half of 1,000, which is 500 added to 99,000. And what will be the midpoint? 99,500. Now, if you look at the number in question, you notice that it is more than 99,500. So our answer will be 100,000. I believe you got it. That's great. Now the next question says, arrange the numbers from greatest to the least. If you notice, you discover that the first number has 4 digits, the next one has 5, the next one has 5. So this tells us that the least is 9,459 because that's just 4 digits. Then between the two here, the first digit here is 4 and the first digit here is 5. So that tells us that this number here is the greatest. So the greatest number here is 54,689. Follow. Yes, 45,626, and the least is 9,459. Wow. Now we have the last question here, which says, write the number in expanded form. 456,723 in expanded form. I want you to write this in your notebook first. Now let's check to find what you have and what is here. The first thing here is to write the value. What's the value of 4 here? 400,000. Beautiful. So to write in expanded form, we have 400,000, okay, plus 50,000, which is the value of, yes, we have 400,000 plus 50,000 plus 6,000 plus 700 plus 20 plus 3. That's good. Now we have our time to look at our application problem. The question we have here says, Tracy bought a lap of chicken which weighed 1 kilogram 460 grams. She also bought fish which weighed 978 grams less than the weight of the chicken lap. So what is the weight of the fish? The second part says, what is the total weight of the chicken lap and fish? So we're going to use our tape diagram first. The tape diagram is what we have here. This is the weight of the chicken. All right, if I remove 978 grams from the weight of the chicken, I will have the weight of the fish. So I have 1 kilogram 460 grams representing the weight of the chicken. All right, then F represents the weight of the fish. So how do I get the weight of the fish? Just by removing 978 grams, which means I need to subtract. But before then, I'll need to convert my the weight of the chicken lap to grams to make it easier for me to solve. And that gives what? Okay, we have 1,460 grams. So are you ready to subtract? I would want you to do this very fast before we look at it together. Have you done that? I want to believe you have. So let's do it together, which is 1,460 grams minus 979 grams. So let's solve. But before then, we know that 0 minus 9 is not possible. So we need to borrow from 6. And when we borrow from 6, of course, what we have will not be enough. So we need to borrow from 4 and we need to borrow from 1. So what we have will look like this before we can subtract. So are you ready? Yes, I believe you are. So we have 10 minus 9 to give us what? 1. Great. Then 15 minus 7 will give us 8. 13 minus 9 will give us what? 4. Yes, and that is what we have. Now there's nothing left because we've taken the 1 to 3 that was left. So we have our units, which is very important. We must always write our units. It's very, very important. So this tells us that the weight of the fish is what? 481 grams. Yes, this is interesting. Okay, having said that, the next part is to find the total weight of the chicken lap and the fish. So what do? We simply add. Beautiful. So I have 1,480 grams, which is the weight of the chicken lap, plus 481 grams, which is the weight of the fish. So we add. Remember to always write your units. Okay. Now 0 plus 1 is what? 1. Beautiful. Now what is 6 plus 8? Good. It's what? 4. So I'll put down what? 14, sorry, I'll put down 4 and I'll carry 1. Can you see that? Then I add 1 plus 4 plus 4 to give us what? 9. Okay. And then we have 1 plus nothing to give us what? 1. So this tells us that the total weight of the chicken lap and fish is 1,941 grams. This is interesting. Now, are you ready for your classwork? I believe we have learnt a lot. We have applied what we learnt. I want us to take one question together. So before you start solving the problem sets, let's look at one question And it says, Adele let out 18 meters, 46 centimeters of string to fly her kites. She then let out 13 meters, 78 centimeters more before reeling back 590 centimeters. How long was her string after reeling it out? I want you to have a good understanding of the question. She reeled out a particular length of string, then she reeled out more. So what does that tell us? We need to what? Add. We need to add. But before then, we'll have to convert the units to make them the same. So everything has to be in centimeters. So 18 meters, 46 centimeters becomes what? 1,846 centimeters, and 13 meters, 78 centimeters becomes 1,378 centimeters. Then we're ready to add. So we have 1,846 centimeters plus 1,378 centimeters. Then we start solving. Remember that in mathematics, we must put our units. So I have my centimeters. Now, what is 6 plus 8? It is what? 14. That's good. So I'll put down 4 and carry 1. So what is 1 plus 4? 5. 5 plus 7 is what? 12. So I'll put down what? 2, and I also carry 1. That's great. So 1 plus 8 is what? 9. 9 plus 3 is 12. So I'll put down what? 2, and I'll carry 1. Then I add 1 plus 1 plus 1 to give us what? 3. So that means the total amount of the length of string reeled out was 3,224 centimeters. Now let's find out what is left after she reels back 590 centimeters. So finally, we have what? To subtract. That's good. So what do we have? We have 3,224 centimeters minus the length reeled back, which is 590 centimeters. Then we solve. Of course, we have our units. What is 4 minus 0 is what? 4. That's great. Now, what is 2 minus 9? Okay, we need to borrow. I'll remove 1 from 2, and I will have 1. Okay, so I borrowed 1 to give me 12. So what is 12 minus 9 is what? Okay, remember what is left is what is left here, all right, is 1, all right, before we subtract. So what is 12 minus 9? It's 3. Good. Now I have 1 minus 5, so I need to borrow again. So I'll borrow, and then add to put it, that's a bundle of 10 to give me 11, and we'll be left in 3 here will now be 2. So we have 11 minus 5 to give us 6, 2 minus nothing to give us 2. So finally, she has 2,634 centimeters of string left, or 26 meters, 34 centimeters. I believe you learned a lot today. So grab your pen and your commerce textbook and answer the questions to apply what you have learned. And remember, this lesson or this class brings us to the end of the lessons in grade 4 module 2. So I want you to get your grade 4 module 3 ready for the next class. If you do not have it yet, get a copy from. Always remember that you are special. So always take good care of yourself. We appreciate you, and I know your parents do. So take good care of yourself and do what you're expected to do. See you in the next class.